Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Kermit and welcome back to another episode on the Cube. Now today's episode is going to be a little special because we are doing a Q&A video because I haven't done one in a while and a bunch of stuff has happened over the past couple months and I kind of wanted to update you guys on just stuff that's going on. I wanted to answer some questions. I've seen a bunch of them in my comment section and I can't really, where every time I answer a question in the comment section I feel like it gets drowned out fairly quickly and it doesn't really answer everybody's questions. It just kind of answers that one guy. So I wanted to kind of find out some of the questions you guys are wondering, and so I tweeted out that I was doing a Q&A and asked you guys to tweet me some questions. And I got a lot of cool questions, got a lot of good responses, and I was going to throw them all into a video, answer them, and see how we did. So behind me talking is just me kind of playing around on the cube. I am not really doing anything super important. I think I go around and I update my farm. Right now I'm kind of searching around for some pumpkins, I think. But the background video isn't super important. What's super important is me answering the questions. That is the focus on this video. And we are going to jump right in. So I've taken kind of screenshots of all these tweets I've favorited, and then I put them into a somewhat of an organization or somewhat into an order, because it kind of starts off with where I've been, what I've been doing, and then we start talking a little bit more about the YouTube stuff. And then kind of towards the end, we talked more about like my personal life. And for some of you guys who don't know, my girlfriend is pregnant. Yay, hooray, she is due in November. I'm very excited, and we are both of us are very excited, and it has been quite the adventure so far. But yeah, she's due in November, and I'll talk more about that later on in the video. But we're going to get started with question number 1. So the first question is, what were you doing when you weren't uploading videos? So a couple months ago, I wasn't uploading any videos, and this is kind of due to a couple reasons. At the beginning of the year, it was just, it got to a point where I had a house, I was trying to pay bills, and YouTube was getting really stressful, and I wasn't making as much as I was first making when I first leased the house, and so cutting down to rent, trying to pay bills, and trying to feed myself was really stressful, and it got to the point where I needed to stop recording and do another job, and just try to pay bills and stuff. And so that's kind of what I was doing. I was just, man, it was actually a really stressful time in my life, but it was fun. I was hanging out with a lot of friends at the time as well, but I was working, and I was just trying to kind of figure out where I wanted my life to go from that point on. And now that things have kind of settled down, I've moved back with my mom. I got out of that house because it was so stressful, man. That house was pain in the booty. Paying bills is a terrible, terrible thing, my friends. It is not fun. But yeah, I was just kind of hanging out with my friends. I was working a couple jobs, and I was just living life, man. I don't really know how else to explain that. Alrighty, so next question. Why were you unable to attend ArcadiaCon, and are you going to attend any more conventions? Now, I think the first question is already answered with what I just talked about. Is I was kind of busy with other stuff. My girlfriend was pregnant. I was hanging out with a lot of friends. I was working and stuff like that. And so I wasn't really around when ArcadiaCon was going on. And whether or not I'm going to attend any more conventions depends on a couple of things. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to attend PAX, or I don't know if I'm going to be able to attend PAX Prime, because it's in Seattle, and I live in Seattle, and it's just going to be down the street. And so I know I'm going to be doing something special, at least fan meetup. But while registration was going on, and while PAX badges were being sold, once again, I was just kind of out of the picture, not really paying attention to anything. And when I came back a couple weeks ago and I tried to register for PAX, it said that registration was closed. And so I do not know if I can get another badge to PAX. I might look on Craigslist or something like that. But yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to go to any conventions anytime soon, but I definitely do enjoy them, and I definitely do want to go out and see you guys. So if it's possible, then I will put my money on it. But unfortunately, PAX Prime and Mineorama, we'll get to the next question. So I'm unable to attend ArcadiaCon already. So next question is thoughts on Mineorama being canceled. So Mineorama was another convention that I had planned to go to. In fact, I released a video way back in like November, December, I think, about Mineorama, saying, hey, we were all planning to go. And as time kind of went on, I was actually supposed to receive tickets, because I was part of MVG when it first brought up. I'm no longer part of MVG anymore. But when everything was going on, I signed a contract saying I was supposed to receive money to get funding, to get tickets, to pay for a hotel, stuff like that, and it never came through. And so as I kind of started to lose interest in YouTube, and as I stopped uploading, I left Team MVG because it was just not what it seemed to be at first. At the beginning, you know, a lot of promises were being made and a lot of talk was being talked, and it sounded really good. You know, Mineorama was a great idea, but unfortunately it just never came through. It was just based off of unreliable people. In fact, BBotVox actually has a great video explaining on what happened to Mineorama, the scam, all that. Whether or not it is a scam or not, it's up to you guys to decide. But I'm going to put down BBotVox's video in the description. You guys should check it out if you guys have any more questions on Mineorama. When I'm done talking about that, we're going to go on to the next question, which is, how did you join the Cube, or how did you meet Grazer10? Now, the Cube, or I knew Grazer10 before the Cube got formed. I met Grazer10 through ThinkNoodles, I do believe. I cannot remember how I met ThinkNoodles, but a long time ago, him and we just finished a mini game or a parkour or a survival games or something, and ThinkNoodles, he's like, hey man, you know, that was a great mini game. Me and a couple buddies are putting together this ultra hardcore event. Or we just finished season 1. We're about to start season 2. There's an open spot. Would you be interested? And I was like, ultra hardcore? Hell yeah! Sounds like a lot of fun. I already knew the series through the Minecraft guys because I watched them. I'm a fan of a couple of them. But he introduced me to Grazer10. He plopped me into the group. I met Grazer. I met a bunch of the other guys, Bayani and Grape Applesauce and H-Bomb and Tibbsy and a whole bunch of other guys that are on the Cube now. We got affiliated. Season 2 was fun. It was awesome. And then when the Cube got formed, I think at that time I was pretty prevalent in survival. You know, survival is my cup of tea. And Grazer10 saw that and was like, yeah man, we're putting together this SMP. Would you want to join? And I was like, hell yeah bro, sounds like a lot of fun. And that is where that beautiful friendship was born. Alrighty, next question. What YouTuber would you like to collab with, or would you rather do more solo stuff? Now, I'm always kind of a fan of solo stuff because I know what I want. I know what I'm about to say. I know the jokes I'm about to make. I know when to laugh, when to do this. When I'm recording with other people, sometimes it's difficult, man. Sometimes you get talked over. Sometimes jokes just aren't funny. You're like, what? And then it just pauses and it's awkward, and I don't know. Sometimes doing solo stuff is definitely easier to me. I just like the style. I have a good commentary, I feel like. It's just what I've built myself up to. And I do like doing solo stuff. But if there is one YouTuber, or a couple YouTubers out there I really want to collab with, here, I'll just cut down to the point, man. Let's see, I would collab with Etho. Hell yeah, he's a great YouTuber. I love his commentary style. There's another YouTuber called Frankie on PC and 180p. I would love to collab with him. There's this other guy. He was featured on oh man, what is this? If you type in like QWOP, it's like this weird ass like Olympics game where you're this floppy running dude. Ray William Johnson covered this guy called Critical or Penguin Zero. I watched him a long time ago and he was really funny. I really liked his commentary style, and I wanted to collab with him a long time ago, but I actually reached out to him and he reached out back. It's like, yo man, it's not my style. I do like solo stuff and I play different games. So I'm like, yeah man, that's totally cool. Mad respect, bro. But other than that, I think those are the top 3 people I would ever want to collab with. Yeah. Alrighty, next question. Alright, the next question is, what currently inspires you, or who currently inspires you to do what you do, and where did you work before YouTube? So, it's kind of interesting because my inspiration doesn't come from one person. It definitely comes from kind of seeing how my work affects the people who watch it. You know, like when I go on my videos and I look at the comments and I see that people are happy, people are laughing, people are quoting funny jokes that I have, that is the most inspirational thing that I could ever, I don't know, that's awesome. Like, I can't want anything more than that. Like, to know that something that you did provided entertainment for other people is an amazing feeling. And I guess that is, it's a little addicting. It can be taken in a bad sense because you can definitely go to the point where you're like, oh yeah, I'm awesome, I am making everybody happy. But it has actually been like that for me, and I don't think it's like that now. I definitely really just enjoy making people happy. I don't think that's not a bad thing, you know? Yeah. Alrighty, I actually lost where I was. Crap. Where my questions go. Okay, where did you work before YouTube? Before YouTube, I worked at Cinnabon. Cinnabon was actually one of my first kind of jobs, actually. My first legitimate job. You know, I worked like yard work and building stuff before that, but it was never really sign a contract, fill out a W-8D form or whatever, taxes and all that crap. And so I worked at Cinnabon for a couple months, and I was actually working at Cinnabon while I was first uploading my first YouTube videos. I worked there for about a month and a half before I quit, and I was like, okay, YouTube, my full-time job now. But yeah, Cinnabon was a lot of fun. I ate a lot of freaking cinnamon rolls, man. It was intense. Okay, and the next question is, what inspired you to originally start YouTube? Now, this is another funny question because it's not really this grand inspiration I had. I wasn't just sitting at home playing Minecraft and then a light bulb popped up saying, ding, I'm going to record Minecraft videos now. No, so I've answered this question before, but it still pops up all the time. But I started YouTube because I kind of wasn't doing anything with my life. You know, I was working at Cinnabon, I was living at my mom's house, and I was kind of just doing the regular thing. I graduated high school, which was awesome, and I was just kind of taking a year off. But while I was doing that, my good friend Adam from high school, you guys know him as Sky Does Minecraft, he lived kind of farther away than I did, or I kind of lived closer to home, and he's like, yo man, I kind of want to move back, would you want to move in with me? And I was like, oh dude, yeah, hell yeah, get me out of this place. I was still living in my mom's house. Of course I want to move out. That sounds like a brilliant idea. And then while we were moving out, he's like, yo man, would you be interested in doing YouTube with me? And I was like, of course, man, that'd be freaking amazing. And so I took that up. He definitely helped me a lot during that time. He liked all my videos, he gave me a lot of support, and he launched my channel, and now it is what it is today. Yeah, alrighty, next question? Next question. The next question is, what is your favorite part about making YouTube videos? I think I kind of already answered that with what inspires me. My favorite part about making YouTube videos is definitely seeing that something that I can do, something that I have created, brings smiles on people's faces. Like, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, I'm just going to skip that one. Next question. What has been your favorite series on your channel so far? Now this is a good question. Now, one of my favorite ones was definitely Crushed Cave and Atlantis. There were kind of a series of maps I did with Woofles back when I first started doing YouTube. I think I might have had like 300,000 subscribers when I first started Atlantis, and it took off, dude. Like, Woofles and I were amazed. We did not expect it to do that good, and when it did that good, it definitely just made it so much more fun. Knowing that what you do makes other people happy makes it so much better, and oh man, it was a good time. I definitely really enjoyed that series. I definitely also really enjoyed Shopping Survival. That was a lot of fun, but alas, all good things do come to an end, and those are over. But I don't know, I definitely have a lot of good ideas in my mind, and hopefully a new favorite series will come up out of the mix, but we will just have to wait and see. Alright, we are about halfway through the questions, guys. Ooh, this is taking a toll on me. I'm going to drink some root beer. Root beer is amazing. Alrighty, next question. Are you looking forward to any specific game being released? Yes, I'm looking forward for oh crap, I forgot the name of it. No, Destiny. Destiny is the new Bungie game that's coming out. I think that's going to be pretty good. I'm also looking forward to a lot of games being updated. Like, I'm looking forward to Rust being completed, The Forest being completed, DayZ should be completed. These are all good games now, but they're going to be extremely good games later on as time goes on. I feel like they all have a lot of really good potential and should be fairly good. Alrighty. So I think we're going to get more into the personal questions soon, because those were all kind of related to YouTube and video games and stuff I do professionally. We are now going to get more into the personal side of things, because this next question is, how does it feel about being a dad soon? Now, this is definitely a little bit more personal, guys, so gonna be maybe a little tear jerking. I don't know. I don't want anybody to cry. I don't think people should cry over me. That's weird. I actually have issues with that. Like, I went on a Megalith one time, and this chick cried, dude. And I'm like, bro, I am just an average dude sitting here in this house playing video games, drinking root beer. Like, I am not anything tear worthy in my. I don't know. I don't understand. But how does it feel being a dad soon? It feels pretty freaking awesome. I know I'm pretty young, and I guess in the grand scheme of things, I didn't think that I was going to be having a kid at the age of 20. But I've always looked forward to being a father. Like I said, one of my, like, something I live by is leaving behind a legacy, being remembered. And honestly, having a kid is the best way to do that. And so I am really looking forward to this. I'm really excited. I'm also really scared. I've obviously never had a kid before. I don't know what to freaking do. I don't know how to be a dad. I've never been a dad before. How the heck do you get ready to be? I don't know. But I am excited, and I am going to take all the challenges head on. It's gonna be fun. I don't know if I'm trying to convince you guys this, or I'm trying to convince myself this, but I have high hopes for the future. Okay, the next question is, do you know if the baby is a boy or a girl? And we do know, guys. We actually found out probably about a month ago. It is going to be a boy. I'm going to have a little Froggy Jr. boy come November, guys. It's going to be insane. My goodness. Crazy. Oh, no, I just deleted the question. Crap, I don't know what it is. Oh, man. Okay, whatever. We're going to skip on to the next one. Oh. Maybe it was, I think I have questions coming up. Okay, yeah, crap, I don't know what it was. Okay, so the next question is, how does your voice sound like that? I've heard so many different stories about it. Now this is a funny question. So obviously, I think common sense should tell you guys that my voice is natural. I'm not changing it over any voice modifier. And when I went through puberty, it just kind of dropped to this. I don't really know if, I had any unknown throat injuries. I can't remember if, I was punched in the head or some shit or dropped as a child. I don't think that's the case. It's just kind of how God made me, I guess, how I was created. Everybody's different. And this is what is different about me is I was just developed with a large Adam's apple and a deep voice. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. I don't know. Although, as a child, I did have speech impediment problems. I definitely had a lot of issues with my S's and H's, and my C's and D's got mixed up. Like I used to say, instead of cookies and candy, I'd say like dooties and dandy when I was very little. And then as time went on, I did go through like speech therapy stuff. And in fact, I still do have issues saying like dish soap. That kills me, dude. That is so freaking annoying. Dish soap. What the heck? Why does a word like that even exist? Alrighty, we're going to move on. Next question. What was the most dangerous thing you have ever done? Now, the only way I can kind of decipher on how to answer this is based off of the injuries that I've gotten from the dangerous things I've done. And so I'm going to start off with number one, my worst injury, which is probably me breaking my right arm so badly that it kind of looked like one of those Tetris pieces that is like a zigzag. It's 2 blocks up top, 2 blocks on the bottom, but it's not a square. And the way I did this, I was brilliant. So in 5th grade, I'd actually just moved schools, and so I was kind of the new kid, and I didn't have an identity yet. And a couple weeks after I moved schools, it had just rained. In the house we had lived in, we had this like little basketball hoop that you could adjust a little height. You put water in it so at the base so it doesn't fall around. You can move it around. It's just a little crappy basketball hoop. And we got pogo sticks. And I don't know why, but brilliant teenage 5th grader Kermit decided to hop up on his pogo stick, grab his basketball, and slam dunk the fuck out of it. And I did. I grabbed up on my pogo stick with one hand, 2 feet on the bottom, one basketball in one hand, hopped up a couple times, leaped for my life, and slam dunked the crap out of that basketball. Now the problem is, on the way down, it did not go so well. On the way down, the pogo stick was beneath me, and I kind of landed on top of the pogo stick as the pogo stick was landing. And so the pogo stick kind of shot up off the ground into my arm, and I slammed down onto it at the same time. And it was bad. But when I landed, I didn't initially realize my arm was broken. So I landed and I was like, yeah, I made it. Ah, my butt hurts. And then I looked at my brother, and my brother's face was that of horror. My God, he was like, dude, your arm, bro. And I looked at it, and it was just all fucked up. I was like, shit. Ah. Obviously, my language was a little better back then. I was a little 5th grader. But that was probably one of the most dangerous things I've done in regards to, the danger actually pulling through and me getting injured. Another thing, I've actually almost killed my little brother. We were building a tree house, and we had this, we just ripped apart this board, and it was all pointy at the end of it because we broke it, and it was just a broken piece of, 4x4, and the end of it was all sticking out, and it was sharp and pointy. And it had fallen and, almost pierced my brother. It, cut the side of him, and he had to get stitches, and it was bad. But if that stick had fallen 6 inches to the right, it would have fucking pierced him, dude. My goodness, it was tragic. I remember just staying up nights after that, being horrified. I almost killed my brother. Alrighty, so next question is, did you have a good childhood? Now this is another interesting question because there's a couple different ways to answer this. In regards to, let me see, I didn't necessarily have a bad childhood. I didn't have a bad family. I didn't come from a bad. It's interesting. My family was always, kind of middle class, upper middle class, I guess you could say. We had pogo sticks and little bikes, and we always had good things for Christmas, and we had a fairly decent sized house, and we always lived in nice places. But other than that, I was never starving, so I wasn't a starving child. It's not like my parents couldn't afford to buy me good things. I definitely came from a nice home. Both my parents always worked and stuff like that. But in regards to me being happy, no, I could not say I was not always happy all the time. I didn't really have the best childhood in terms of, I don't know. I was just grounded a lot. I was always grounded, dude. I guess I could say my stepfather and I did not always get along. I'm not going to go too personal in this because obviously I'm not about to just shit on other people in my video. But my stepdad and I, we did not always get along, and there was definitely a time where I was grounded the majority of multiple years. And so I guess I did a lot of, I did a lot of I did a lot of puzzle books, I did a lot of Sudoku, I watched a lot of Naruto. I was, very lonely for most of my childhood. I didn't have a lot of friends in my childhood. I don't know, I feel like this is turning into a sappy little shitty story. I'm moving on, whatever. Okay, next question is, I knew you had pets, but I never knew their names, so what are their names? I have currently a dog named JD. She is named JD after John Dorian, after the show Scrubs, because that's a good show. If you haven't watched it, you should. And then I have a cat named Ratchet. Now I know, oh my god, he's named Ratchet. Don't freak out. I know Ratchet can be a bad name, but he is actually named after the video game Ratchet and Clank, which is a popular PlayStation game back in the day. It was a good game, and yeah, Ratchet was a good character. He was my favorite. Whatever, don't judge me. Okay, then the next question is, how has life been treating you? Life's been pretty good. The past couple months have been extremely hectic and have been extremely stressful, but I'm in a good place right now. I'm actually living with my mom. For those of you guys who don't know, I'm just in here recording, uploading videos. Feels amazing. I love doing this, and I'm glad that I am back here doing this. Okay, yeah, so with that being said, there's actually a lot of plans for the future I want to kind of elaborate on within this question. So for the next couple months, I'm going to be living with my mom, kind of doing my own thing, uploading as much as I can. Unfortunately, I don't know if that's ever going to get to a point where it can be daily, because there are other people that live inside this household, and I can't really tell them all to shut the fuck up. I want to play Minecraft, I think that's a little rude. I'm not really going to do that. So I record whenever no one's home. Nobody's home, right? I can just whip off my undies, and for all I know, I could be buck-ass naked right now, and no one's home. What's up, guys? My house. Not really. But a couple months from now, hopefully, my mom and her boyfriend, they've been looking at this house, and it's got this little mother-in-law house on the property, and it would be amazing for Eric and I. Eric is my girlfriend. Eric and I are planning to move into that house and raise the kid there for at least a couple 6 months to a year. I plan on going to school come fall or winter. I haven't really thought that out yet, but I don't know. I am really looking forward to the future. I think life's going good, and I am in a happy spot as of now. And yeah, alrighty. I think that covers all the questions. That is actually the last one I have saved. And if you guys enjoyed this Q&A, definitely leave me a like and a comment letting me know you did. And I will definitely be tweeting out more events like this if this one goes well. So follow me on Twitter. It'll all be down in the description below. And I hope you guys can walk away with this knowing me a little bit better, answering a couple of your questions. If you guys actually do have more questions, let me see. Do I want you guys to leave them in the comments? I think I do. I think if you guys leave comments down in the description, I'm going to go through them. I'll look through all of them, and I will save any ones that particularly stand out or the ones that I've seen a lot and I haven't answered in this one. And I might do another Q&A in a couple weeks with some of those questions. So, with that all being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, that's good. I'm done talking. Wow, that was a lot of talking, man. Alrighty, see you guys later. Bye.